So if you clicked on this video, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're a coach or creator making between $5,000 and $10,000 a month, but you're tired of inconsistent leads, unpredictable income, and guessing your way through the marketing process. If that sounds like you, then watch this short video. It will be the most valuable thing you watch this week. But if this doesn't sound like you, go ahead and do both of us a favor and click off the video now. Cool. So let me guess. You guys, as coaches, rely very heavily on this right here. That was terrible. Oh my, why does it keep picking it up? On Instagram, right? So I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're posting IG content, but your DMs are dead. It looks something like this. Ghost town. Nobody's there. You're running paid ads or boosted posts, but you've wasted your cash on it because, you've got ROAS like a 1.5x or even lower, honestly. And you have a great offer. You know that you get people results. You know how to teach people how to trade or run an e-com store or whatever it is that you teach. But you're dealing with unpredictable lead flow because there's something off in your lead generation process. So the truth is, scaling your business from the 5, 10K a month mark, let's just call it sub $10,000 a month, to $30,000 a month and beyond, doesn't happen by working harder. It actually happens by working smarter and more predictably. Now, imagine this. Imagine this is your Google Calendar every single week. Your sales team is taking 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 and 8 sales calls a day, 7 days a week. You see free 32x, even 9x ROAS when you open your ads manager because you're running ads that actually convert. And you see this notification every single day in your Stripe, fan basis, whatever it is that you use to process the payments, because you're getting paid in fulls because your messaging, your offer, and your sales team is all on point. This is exactly what we help coaches and creators like you do using our ads over organic system. Now you're probably asking, what is the ads over organic system? Hold on, we'll get more into it in a second. So I built this system after learning a useful advertising strategy from my mentor, Brandon Forbes. Now, if you've been in the info space long enough, you've probably seen this fella right here. He spends a lot of money on ads. This is him holding 2 of ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club Pack awards, which basically means that for each one of these, he's sold $1 million in info. He actually has 3 of them. So that means he sold $3 million or more in, products or services on ClickFunnels. In his case, it's info, right? So he knows what he's talking about. And this guy right there taught me the IG growth funnel, which, as you can see, is right here. So the IG growth funnel is pretty simple. You use ads on Instagram to get followers. And then, you use content as well, obviously. But you basically treat your followers on Instagram like a lead list. So if you have 100,000 followers, you have 100,000 leads. So you're running retargeting ads to them to, warm them up and nurture them. But also so you have this like sort of omnipresence feel where if somebody gets on Instagram, they have to see you, right? That's the goal with, the retargeting ads. And the main conversion mechanism is to have a setter reach out to all your followers, people that like whatever, and then start a DM conversation with them. And then, if they're qualified, book them in for a sales call and then close them down, right? That's how the IG growth funnel works, which is what he taught me. But I evolved his system into our ads over organic system that we use today at my agency. Why? Well, I was in the same cycle as you. Organic reach was drying up. Paid ads were risky for me because, if you've ran ads in the past 3 or 4 years, then every single year paid ads seem to get more expensive, right? So my return on ad spend was going down because the cost of ad spend was going up. And sales, sometimes it feels like a shot in the dark. If you get on a call with like unqualified prospect or somebody that just, really doesn't even know who you are, they're not warmed up yet, sales can be really, really difficult. However, I turn it around by building a client acquisition machine using high converting ads, simple funnels, and automated follow-up that doesn't just get leads, it gets buyers, the most important thing, right? So here's how it works. We combine paid ads to get leads fast with optimized content to build trust and a back-end sales process that converts the traffic into high-ticket clients. So most coaches either post organic content, but then they burn out because, they're scripting the videos, they're recording the videos, they're editing the videos all by themselves, or they try paid ads without a proven strategy and they go and waste like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on ads and get nothing in return, or they just sit in limbo waiting for word of mouth to catch fire. And I understand. I get it. It's scary when you're starting out. But we fix that by offering done for you solutions built specifically for coaches selling high ticket info products. So enter the ads over organic system. So there are a few different processes that go into this system. So you have YouTube, which the purpose of YouTube is to nurture an objection handle before they get on a sales call. You have Instagram for that omnipresence I was talking about, and it's a good conversion mechanism because of the DMs. And then you have your sales process, which basically converts all these leads into clients. So we're going to go ahead and start with the top of funnel, the omnipresent side of Instagram. So yeah, like in Brandon's IG growth funnel, it starts with ads. And then those ads, get you followers right here, right? And then you use content as well to get followers. So you're retargeting them, and then, eventually these people will either DM you or your setter is going to DM them. And if they're unqualified, then, you can send them like a VSL to nurture them further, or if you have low ticket, you can downsell them here in the DMs, right? But basically, what you want to do with your high ticket offer is, send all the qualified people to book a sales call, and then your closer will close them down into a client, right? Now, like I mentioned, if they're unqualified, you can nurture them further by sending them a VSL, right? Which you will host on YouTube. However, you can also send this VSL to people that book sales calls just to warm them up a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and explain like the nurturing side of this process. So you have your YouTube videos, right? And if you've been in the info space, you've probably seen Iman Gadzhi do this. But basically what he did was every single YouTube video that he posted had a link to his VSL, which was also a YouTube video, right? So every time somebody, was interested, who is this Iman guy? How is he so rich? Let's click the description, see if he has like his Instagram or anything in there. They click on it, and the only thing that would be there was a link to the VSL. So they're like, he obviously wants us to go here since it's the only thing has linked. Let's go there. Oh, okay. So the video was like best business model to start, and it was like, a matrix. It was like breaking all of it down. So that was the VSL that he ran. But this is what you want to do too. You want to post all your YouTube videos, and then you want to link your VSL in the description of it. Now, your VSL is going to have a direct link to Calendly, because if somebody watches your VSL, they're pretty warmed up to, who you are, what you do, and they probably know, like, and trust you enough that they could buy from you. So you're going to want to go ahead and send all that traffic to a Calendly page. Now, if you have higher lead flow, we might go through like a simple call funnel, but, this is typically what we're going to do. So yeah, they hop on the Calendly, sales call, boom, turn them into a client. It's pretty easy. Now, the sales process itself is a little more complex than both of these funnels right here, but we'll go into it briefly. So like I said, with the Instagram, you have your DMs, and then you have your inbound message right here, right? So let's say somebody, sees one of your ads and it has a call to action on it. Let's say it's like a story ad on Instagram. It has a call to action to like DM you start or something, right? So let's say somebody DMs you the word start. Your setter is then going to qualify them. Now, if they're unqualified, like I said, you can downsell them to low ticket, or you can nurture them until they're qualified. But if they're qualified, boom, book a call. They're going to get sent the pre-call flow, which is basically your setter's going to send them the VSL to warm them up. Your setter's also going to make a group chat with the offer owner, which would be you, and the closer, just so the prospect can, get warmed up to the closer, increases the close rate, increases the show rate as well, because not only are they going to no-show on the setter and you, but they're also going to no-show on a third person, which is the closer. So it makes it, more likely they're going to show up to the call. 12 hours out or so, maybe 24 hours out, you want to send a testimonial, like a case study that you have. And then also, like, say 6 hours before the call, an hour before the call, 15 minutes before the call, you're also going to send out automated reminders. Okay, cool. So now the sales call is going to happen. You're going to close them down, and they're going to get onboarded, and then fulfillment's going to happen. So this is basically the system that we implement into our client's business right here. So maybe you're thinking, well, I've tried ads and they didn't work. Isn't organic safer? I don't want to burn money with no ROI. And that's all totally fair. I get it. I've been there before too. But here's the thing. Ads do work, especially when you have a proven offer, the right messaging, and expert guidance. With the correct systems, they work better than organic because you aren't relying on the algorithm to get attention. But the magic happens when you use the ads over organic system to leverage ads for attention and then you use content to nurture that attention. If you're a coach or creator making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and you're ready to scale to $30,000 a month and beyond without guessing, burning out, or waiting for referrals, here's what you should do next. Click the link below to book a 30-minute call with me, not some random closer, and we'll map out exactly how the ads over organic system could look in your business. And if it's a fit, then I'll go ahead and show you how we can implement it into your business. Sound fair enough? I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you enjoyed this video.